Over the last couple of years, we've worked closely with the Community University Partnership Programme at Brighton University on supporting the sector to develop its skills, abilities, capacity around monitoring, evaluation and demonstrating its impact. So there's been a series of training and learning opportunities for our members, and also a couple of symposiums where we've brought a lot of people together, including academics, to reflect on how monitoring and evaluation is within the voluntary sector at the moment. And that work coincided with the learning programme and led to quite a full and robust conversation about what is acceptable in terms of organisations needing to ask their service users questions about how they've benefited from a service, and the resource that takes up for organisations, and the ethics of it in terms of interrogating a service user, many times asking them potentially inappropriate questions, funders requiring different questions to be answered, and how much of a burden that's placing on the community and the organisations working with that community. And with the university and our members, we produced a position statement, kind of collating all of that information in one place, which came to one of the social value learning programme sessions for commissioners and others to consider, and has gone on from there to be kind of taken up and considered in other areas.
I think there is a kind of movement of people in the kind of community voluntary sector kind of starting, and within sort of universities as well, starting to kind of question whether the amount of data that's collected is actually sort of proportionate, and also kind of is it always appropriate? Are sometimes the questions we ask of service users actually appropriate? So I think, it's sitting under that heading of data burden, because it kind of can feel quite a burden that we're having to collect an enormous amount of data on people, and how useful actually is that data, and how is it being used? With every little pot of money there will come monitoring requirements, and kind of people, every little bit of money wants its own kind of response to that. So it's quite easy to get caught up in an awful lot of data collection and feeding back for quite small pots, and it's trying to sort of align those. So from the point of view of the service user, they're getting a kind of smooth service, but actually sort of behind the scenes it's quite a patchwork kind of approach, with us sort of desperately trying to kind of make sure it's as aligned as possible.